Here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No excuses, just free picks. We got a light schedule today. We'll recap the NBA Finals, and we got NHL as well. So, anyways, we've got NHL Finals as well. I did not put that in the heading, so I'll have to fix that in the title on YouTube. Well, first things we'll talk about is the NBA Finals. Chris, what'd you think last night, Game 2? I have my thoughts, and I got tons of them. So,
yeah, I mean, it was back and forth. I'm annoyed with myself that I didn't put in the Heat on the money line, or at least put a wager on it. Even when they were down 10, I thought about it, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. And then, the Heat did what they did. They've done pretty much all playoffs long, come back from a double-digit deficit. And I don't know, Denver for me just showed no heart. I mean, the only guy that really had heart in that for the majority of that game was Nikola Jokic, and you can't have Jamal Murray just waiting for the fourth quarter before he starts hitting shots. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see now with the series shifting to Denver.
What about Jimmy Buckets after the game when they asked him about, they asked him, what'd you think of the last sequence? And then my first thought that popped in my head, I said, this guy could be on our show. He could be a regular, because he said, Murray got the ball, he took the shot, he didn't make it, and I was happy. And I thought that was just a really, I thought Jimmy Buckets, said it. I mean, you couldn't have said it any better than that. And I was like, this guy could be on our show, It's like, that was beautiful, Just not too much, didn't overcomplicate it. Like, oh, man, it was a Z screen with the X-Man swing around, whatever. He's like, came around, got a pretty good look at it. He took the shot. He didn't make it, and I was happy. There it was. And really was that simple. Did you hear him say that at the press conference?
No, I didn't.
It's exactly what he said. It was really good.
Exactly what he said.
It's exactly what he said. It was like, he didn't make it, and I was happy.
I was happy. Yeah.
Rod, what'd you think of the game?
It was the fourth quarter that the Heat took over and dominated the fourth, and just took over the game from that point. Nuggets had it the first half and looked good, and then the Heat just poured it off in the second half and got game 2. Got a series. That's
the Heat came out and punched them in the mouth, though. I mean, right out of the gate.
Oh, they did.
They came in and
right
punched
in the
them in the mouth. The Nuggets reeled them in. But what I thought we saw yesterday, was kind of exactly what I had said all time when Game 1 ended until Game 2 tipped off. Exactly what I said. You can go watch my videos. I said, leaving them wide open for three-pointers. They are not going to miss them 2 games in a row. We saw that in the Hawks in the play-in game, and then we've seen it ever since. You get that chance once, and that's it. It's like eventually you have to play defense. And the Nuggets, they didn't play defense, and now their coach is saying, well, we didn't play any defense. It's like, no shit. You didn't play any defense. It's like, tell me about it. I could have told you didn't play any defense. But yeah.
You've seen in that game when they do play defense, they went on a nice run. But when they don't play defense, it's ugly.
I think the Heat also said, that Coach Spo's strategy is just, we'll let Joker try and score all the points that he can, and that and don't allow anybody else to do anything, and see if he can score 100 on us, because that's going to be the only chance that they have to beat us. And he didn't do it. But I ended up, when all was said and done this morning, I ended up in Twitter jail, and I'll show you guys exactly what happened. I'm going to put this on the screen. The Sauce tweeted out this morning that he was jumping on the Nuggets -2 for the next game, and that he was doing it right now because he thinks the line's going to get funny and it's going to move around. He's like, I like the Nuggets here at -2. So I tweeted back. I said, just give me the money, kick yourself in the nuts a few times, and save you the aggravation of watching them get thoroughly outcoached in another Spo clinic. And Twitter said that was violating the rules, promoting or encouraging suicide or self-harm because I told him to kick himself in the nuts a couple of times. I think by saying, "Oh, that's a good," if I would have said that's a good bet, that would have been promoting self-harm. Telling him to bet the Nuggets again. I mean, I locked in a winning record for the NBA season last thing. Hitting that game on the money line because now I'm over 300 units for the season. So it doesn't matter. I could lose all 3 games going here. I'll still be plus money for the season in the NBA. Yeah, Twitter. Wow. I don't know, man.
What? I've heard worse than that out there. You get going thrown in jail for that? Yikes.
Yeah.
That's not
Twitter jail. So I'm 12 hours. 12 hours no tweeting.
That is the definition of this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
That's my way. I've heard heated arguments that get worse than that. And that wasn't even.
Yeah.
Definitely automated. The AI on that one dropped the ball. We'll see.
I don't know, man. So
AI dropped the ball.
I think it's pretty funny,
It's hilarious.
The thing is, I'm suspended from Twitter for 12 hours that I can't tweet. The thing is, I don't tweet every 12 hours. It's like I tweet every 12 days at the most. I just answered Sauce because I just thought it's set up well for that response. And I think coming from me, I think it was the perfect, response. Freaking Twitter. I mean, what is that?
Yeah, the bots fell asleep at the switch on that one.
What was the trigger where they triggered the bot?
That I said, kick yourself in the nuts.
Kick yourself in the balls? Like one of those words.
Nuts. Nuts. I said nuts.
He said nuts.
Yeah, nuts.
I said nuts. And yeah, that was the trigger because they said I was inducing self-harm.
First, I would like to see the self-nut kick. Kicking yourself in the nuts for one.
Yeah, it was so weird, man. It was like, I don't know.
I don't get it.
And the thing is like it was so petty bullshit on their part. I don't even want to argue it with them. I don't even want to get into it with them. Why would I even want to get into it with them, right? It's like, that's not fun for me. Half-minded fucking nitwits. I hope they see that I outed them on Twitter, on YouTube. I mean, well, of course, now is the time when I'm getting about 25 direct messages through our Slack group, through like everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, no one that works for our company watches our show. It's like nobody. I mean, there's not one person that works for our parent company, Dawn Patrol, that I own, I mean, we probably have 100 people. There's nobody that watches our show. I mean, it's crystal clear. I mean, because they always message me right during the show.
During the show.
All right. Anyways, I think the Heat, I think it's 4-1, 4-2 max this series. I'd be very surprised if the Nuggets won more than one more game. I think they could win Game 5 back in Denver is their best chance. But I think coming to Miami, they're dead. I mean, dead. The heat, the humidity, dead. I'm going to get off the plane. It's going to be like suffocating, the humidity. Flo, what was the weather like when you were in Florida, when you were going to your cruise?
Oh, muggy.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I know these guys well enough that I can't even bring up the subject of ball sweat. It's like, I know better. I've been through videos with these guys before. I bring up ball sweat, then they take it too far. You know, take it too far. It's like it's not even a joke anymore. It's like
it was one time. You never let me forget it. It's
ball sweat. Red Sox, Rays, Phillies, Tigers, and Marlins, Royals. Chris, what do you got?
I like the Marlins on the run line. Braxton Garrett, he's pitching really well right now. Really not a pitcher I'm looking to step in front of, especially with the way the Miami Marlins, they crushed the Oakland A's over the weekend. I know it's the Oakland A's, but it's a nice confidence building series, and all of a sudden the Miami Marlins, I think this is a team that thinks they could potentially have a shot at winning the division. 3.5 games back, and we're only in June, but you set the tone early, and you can carry that over after the All-Star break. Kansas City sending out Carlos Hernandez here, using an opener role, but when he was a starter last year, he got absolutely torched. I think Miami could get to him and the Kansas City Royals bullpen here behind a strong start from Garrett. I like the Marlins on the run line.
Well, you know through a few things without setting the tone. But how about this Marlins schedule now, right? Because they played a pretty tough schedule this season. I mean, they played the Braves, the Mets. They played them all a ton. And now it's like the A's and the Royals, and it's like, uh-oh, And now the Braves and the Mets are playing each other, and it's like, this is like a dream scenario. I think there are certain teams this season, I'm starting to say this a lot in my videos, broken record, and but I think there's certain teams this year that really made out by the new scheduling, and there's certain teams that got like
host.
They got hosed. So, like, the Twins got hosed, right?
Yeah.
The Twins get hosed, but the Orioles, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox,
any team in the AL
Yankees,
East.
right? Any team in the AL East, any team in the NL East, in the West.
Because you played 12, 13 games max instead
the
of 19?
two Wests both got, because instead of playing, so every team in the AL East has a winning record right now. And, the Red Sox, obviously, if they lose today, they'll go to 500. But every team has a winning record. So every team in the AL Central, except for the Twins, has a losing record. And then you go to, the Cardinals and, some of these other lousy teams this year. It's like, oh, man, right? I don't know. It seems to be a lot of good teams this year. Maybe we just follow this stuff too closely. I think that's part of it. It's kind of like we get excited about college football or college basketball games that nobody cares about. We have them. It's like Chris and I want to cover the games. It's like, oh yeah, man, I really want to cover the it's like an A-10 matchup, right? Like St. Louis against
VCU.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we got to cover St. Louis VCU. It's like,
it's like you still got 40 games you're trying to narrow down.
Yeah, it's like nobody cares, man.
And we're trying to debate, I don't know, do we cut Merrimack and Sacred Heart? I don't know.
Yeah, no, the one that it usually is also, it's like the Stephen F. Austin versus Montana State, like those games, It's like Stephen F. Austin versus Abilene. It's like, man, I really want
Got me excited about November now. Getting me excited for college hoops.
Anyways, I think the Marlins, with the A's and the Royals back-to-back series. I mean,
Yeah. And the next three is White Sox, Mariners, and Nationals, but all on the road.
I wonder how the Mariners are going to recover. We could talk about that in a little bit, but oh man, rough weekend.
Yeah.
Really rough weekend.
Rod, what do you got here? Phillies, Tigers, or Red Sox, Rays?
And then those two that are left, I'm going to go with the over in the Tigers and Phillies. Joey Wentz is getting the start for the Tigers, and man, he's been roughed up this season. 1-5 with a 7.28 ERA and a 1.68 WHIP. And on the other side, Aaron Nola getting the start for the Phillies, and definitely he's been roughed up as well. Especially his last couple starts, definitely been roughed up. ERA over 5 over his last 3. And when you throw it to the bullpens, definitely 3.96 ERA in the bullpen for the Phillies, 3.95 for Detroit. So I kind of lean to Detroit playing a little better ball here, but I like runs early and often in this one. So we're going to go with the over in this one. Definitely get over the 8.5. I think we can get to 10 plus in this one.
You can always tell the people like that do live shows or like do video, like, and the people that don't. Like guys like Mike Davis, he'll message me during the show. Obviously he doesn't watch either, but it's like then I'll tell him I'm on the show, and he'll say, "Hey, when you have a chance, can you do this for me?" And I'll do it while we're on the show. Like send him his thumbnails for his videos or something, and he'll write back, "You're a magician," And then like the guys who don't have shows, I say, "Hey, I'm on a show. Can I write you back afterwards?" And they don't even realize that like I'm doing a show. So to write them back is even pretty nothing short of miraculous. They always go to the follow-up question. Just a quick question. It's like, come on.
I just need clarification on something.
Anyways, Shane McClanahan for me against Brian Bello. I like. I'm not a big. I've really switched out of the whole starting pitcher thing. I'm kind of really gotten out of starting pitcher mode in baseball, and it's helped me a lot. Hurt me yesterday. Like in the Diamondbacks game. I wish I would have taken just first 5 innings. I think like a guy who wears his hair like Castro, who pitches like that in a game like that, in a situation like that, as they take the ball from him when they walk out to the mound, they should take one of those razors and just shave that hair right off his freaking head. I mean, he can't throw the ball over the plate for 3 batters, and then he finally throws one over the plate and straight down the middle lob, It's like, not even in a bad count. It's like, what are you doing? Well, I thought maybe he wouldn't get it.
Right.
I got one thing to say to you. Jerk face. Jerk face. Anyways, I'm taking the Rays in this, and I just think they're the better team. I mean, there's no reason to justify. Oh, he's the better pitcher and all that stuff. He is the better starting pitcher. I mean, who cares? I think you just don't even look for an excuse to that. If you're saying that the Rays have a better starting pitcher in this one, you're just looking for something to say, because you got nothing else to say. Because one team is 42-19. The other team is 30-29. They are the better team. It really is that simple. One team is 16-13 on the road. The other team 17-15 at home. Cans, bottles. One team 6-4 in their last 10. The other 4-6 in the last 10. No reason to overcomplicate this thing. Take the Rays and bet your life savings on it. We got the Pirates and the A's, the Blue Jays and the Rastros, and the Reds and the Brewers. Rod, I know you're a big JP Sears guy.
I am a JP Sears guy. Look at he's actually pitched not too bad in his last 3. Hasn't come up with a win, but the team's come up with a win. He's still 0-0 with a 2.12 ERA and a 0.82 WHIP over his last 3. So pitching really well. The other side of the ball, you look at Oviedo. He's 1-1 with a 2.81 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP over his last three. So yeah, JP Sears is actually pitching better than Oviedo over the last three, anyways. And then when you throw it to the bullpen, that's where a big difference is. You look at the Pirates bullpen over the last 10, 2.83, and you look at the Oakland bullpen, 4.5 over their last 10, which is improved from their start of their season number, which is 6 average. And for me, I'm going to go with the under here. I think both starting pitchers have a good start, go 5-6 innings, giving up very few runs in that one. And the bullpens, throw over the bullpens, they do enough to keep us under this total. You look at Oakland 5-1-1 to the under in their last 7 in game 1 of the series, while the Pirates 4-1 to the under in their last 5 at home. So I'm going to go with the under 9 here.
A lot of information for one little pick there for a total. It really was.
We'll take Oakland plus the 1.5 too. I think it's a close game.
Wow. Kind of a lot of guys on these shows hating on the Pirates. I mean, Nino's talked the Pirates right into a win yesterday against the Cardinals. It's like Nino's is up. All right, who's favored? I can't go to the Dodgers-Yankees game because they're playing each other. I couldn't have been any more wrong on that game. I'll tell you that much. I'm glad I didn't give it out as a premium. I would have given out the Dodgers for sure. Taking the Astros here against the Jays. I love betting against Alek Manoah. I love betting against the Jays when they're favored. This is just basically, this is my warm up. I'm gonna same series parlay it with tomorrow with Gausman going. I'm gonna take whatever I win on this one. I'm gonna put it on tomorrow's game. Taking the Astros by luck, certainly not the best option, but I'll tell you, the Astros against the better teams, man. That's when they usually get it done. You know, the Astros are 17-10 on the road this season, and Altuve hasn't even played in a road game yet this season. His first one. Yeah. It's gonna be like a game 7 for the Maple Leafs tonight for the Blue Jays. It's gonna be a pretty crappy night in Toronto. What are they getting for a Blue Jay ticket these days? Not too bad.
Is it nice there? Is the roof open or closed?
Yeah, it looks nice outside, so probably.
Like when it's nice outside, Chris, you go for a walk, like, you know, say hi to all your neighbors and kind of just.
Yeah, I sometimes do.
Everyone's like, "Hey, Chris, how you doing? How's the dogs? You know, how's things?"
Like you're looking like. Did you lose some weight?
Did you play paintball recently?
Could see the bruise on your leg.
So how exactly did this paintball mission come across? Did you do like any crawling on the ground or anything? Or
if I told you what happened, you probably would never let me go paintballing again. So the way they set it up was that it's just like you're running around, obviously like you know, behind obstacles and stuff like that. But it wasn't like a concrete floor, like it was like mud on the ground. So I'm like trying to run up a little hill, but I didn't wear the right shoes. So as I was running up the hill, my foot lost traction and I fell face down, and the gun fell underneath me and accidentally landed, and I accidentally shot off a bullet going the other way, and I hit somebody for a paintball the other way. And the guy that's like the employee there looked at me, he goes, "I've never seen anybody do that." And I was like, "That's what I do. I tend to defy the laws of logic, but
wow,
I have it's a gift." Needless to say, I won't be going paintballing anymore.
So this was a birthday party, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah,
it was an unhappy birthday.
Friendly fire! What's going on?
This year, remember the year we got banned from paintball on my birthday? It's like
those things hurt, man. That was my first time going.
I've never done it. I've never done it.
Oh, it's fun. Definitely fun. I've done the indoor and the outdoor one. The outdoor one's even more fun.
Wait, so
Trying to
Rod's got paintball experience?
Oh, I got paintball experience. I love it. I love it. I'm good at it. I can hide behind logs.
I'm good at it.
Just imagine. Roger's he's trying to do the action dive to avoid the paintballs and just barrel rolls behind the car.
Rod doesn't just play paintball, he's good at it. All right. So many ways to go with this one. Could be that crane technique he's been
Watch
practicing.
out! Yeah, see, watch out.
He goes out on the paintball field, puts on the blindfold, and starts doing crane technique. Oh man!
Feel coming.
Paint on. Poo. Paint off.
Still see the smoke coming off it.
Make my day, paintballer.
Oh man!
All right, guess it's my turn. Where are we?
Or is it me? You gave out Manoa, right? Or,
Yeah, that's right.
Houston against Manoa.
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Brewers in this game against Cincinnati. Andrew Abbott making his debut. Abbott, dominated Double A and Triple A. Double A 1.15 ERA, Triple A and ERA just over 3. He's got a good fastball. He can locate it for sure. But for me, this game is all about the Brewers, and they keep finding ways to win in this series, whether it's extra innings like it was in the opener, or completely shutting down the Reds like it was yesterday in a 5-1 win. The Brewers just keep finding the way to get the job done, and we're getting plus money with them here. They've been the far better team in this series. Julio Teheran, a sub-1 ERA through his first 2 starts.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm just saying he's pitched well for not having pitched in 2 years. Through 2 starts, he hasn't been bad. So I take a shot with him. And the Brewers in the last couple of weeks have had the better bullpen. Slightly lower ERA in the last 2 weeks. So I'll take the Brewers on the money line.
Mortified and offended at the same time. Julio Teheran. Teheran's been awesome, man.
I didn't say that. I just said he hasn't been bad for not having pitched since 2021 prior to the season.
Whatever, man. It's a lot to digest. One show. It's a lot to digest. Rangers, Cardinals, Padres, Cubs. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the the under in the Cubs and Padres. Blake Snell usually pitches fairly well. He's given up 2 earned runs or less in 5 of his last 7 starts. But the problem for Snell this season has been run support. He's gotten less than 3 runs of support 8 times this season, averaging 2.94 runs of support per game. Don't know if the Padres are going to get a whole lot more off of Kyle Hendricks, but I also think Snell could hold down the Cubs here. I think this is the first of 3 wins kind of game. I'm going to go with the under 8.5, under 8 Cubs Padres.
What kind of supporter are you looking for?
Right now, if you're Blake Snell, I think you're looking for anything.
No, I meant you personally.
Oh, me personally? I don't know.
In all areas of your life?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I could always use more support.
All right. Rod?
Well, I mean, I'm going to go with the Texas Rangers here. Just been rolling right along. Bats have been rolling, winning games. Not 7 in front of that train. And the Cardinals, well, we know what the Cardinals have been doing. They've been awful. Even with Adam Wainwright on the mound. I'm going to take the Texas Rangers here over the Cards in that one. No need to overthink anything there. Give me Texas.
All right. I like the over in that Texas Cardinals game. The Rangers score about 100 runs a game right now. I also think Kyle Hendricks is a piece of crap. He was never good on the road, even when he was good. Got no time.
This is his first road start. He's been ugly. Ugly.
Every morning I see shots at every handicapper this guy talks to. Very awkward. How can work for him? Me? Is it me? Well, don't watch. It's really simple. Jesse Flores. Let's see how many picks you've ever bought from us. See if you how great of a supporter you've been for our company, that you even deserve to have any kind of opinion whatsoever. How about if I just talk shit about you? How about if we just Google your life and see why you're such a miserable person? You want to go to some other channel? Go ahead, man. Those guys are scumbags. I know freaking all of them. Ask me about any of them. I'll tell you stuff that you see guys on video, whatever, man. You have no idea who these people are. You got no clue, man. Joke, man. The look on Chris's face tells you everything. Chris.
That was fun.
Is it me? I mean, is this guy right? I mean,
No.
Tell me. I don't care. I don't have to.
No, I know you don't. There's a reason I'm still stuck around. I'm good.
You don't have to be here. I don't have to be here. You can do the show without me. I care less. Why don't we let Jesse Flores do the show?
You want to really see viewership go through the floor?
Jesse Flores. I see 0 purchases from Jesse Flores ever. Supporting our Pick Dogs community. Hasn't bought Chris or Rod's plan. So the look on my face tells you everything.
Was your eye itchy or something?
Not really sure what you're talking about. Let me see if I can find it over here.
Yeah, my chin's a little itchy.
Jesse Flores wants you to hire him. These are always the guys, you know. It's like, what websites are we legally allowed to still talk about? We can send them over to one of them. We can, find Ricky Tran out there. Go buy some picks.
There's a database.
Yeah. Go buy some picks. Go buy some picks. Find a guy named Will Rogers. Go buy some picks. August Young. Go buy some picks. Have yourself a nice time there, Jesse. The look on Chris's face tells me everything.
God, I'm hungry.
Stunned confusion. Every morning I see shots of, it's like, I hate you so much. I tune in every morning. Oh God, man. Jimmy Butler, when you retire, man, you're welcome to join us on our show. He missed it. I was happy. He didn't make it. I was happy. Oh man. I love it when guys like this come on. These are my favorite. These are my favorites. All right, we can skate on over to the ice. Game 2 in Vegas. Knights and Panthers. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the,
Chris, what do you think? Chris is like, I don't want to mess with this guy. He's in Twitter jail already.
Before the show, I'm waiting for the teardrop tattoo from
the Twitter jail, man. There it is. Violating our rule against promoting or encouraging suicide or self-harm, because I said to the Sauce when he said he was taking Denver in game 2, just give me the money and kick yourself in the nuts a few times. Save yourself the aggravation of having to watch them get thoroughly outcoached by another Spo clinic. That's it.
Yeah, I just mentioned Twitter Joe putting his hand on someone, sort of pushing him against the wall. I want to see you kick yourself in the nuts a few times.
I want to see Jesse Flores kick himself in the nuts a few times.
Oh, well.
I'm not going to say anything bad about Wager Talk. Scumbag turds. I promise I won't. I'll not be trash talking Wager Turd again. Pieces of garbage.
I'm gonna go with the Vegas Golden Knights here. It's not often we've seen the Panthers lose back-to-back games. You had to go back to the Boston series for that, but you also have to go back to the Boston series for the last time they had really, had a beat-down loss like that. The last 5-2 is their first multi-goal loss since Game 4 of the first round. So it's be interesting to see how they dust themselves off here. But Vegas historically has been a strong home team, and the Florida Panthers, have never won in Vegas, 0-6 all time. I'm gonna go with the Vegas Golden Knights in this one.
Jesse's bought so little, man. I don't even see him here getting a free consensus giveaway. It's like. Rod, what do you got to say? You only got a few games left here before the pre-racy era.
I have to beat him by plus 8.5.
8.5.
I'm ready.
Chris, you taking a side in this one?
I still have to do my research. I still have to do a little bit of digging into.
I'll lay 8.5 with Racy.
I'm waiting for the lines to adjust.
Racy's on top of the baseball leaderboard.
In this game too, I'm going to go. I lean to the Panthers to tie up the series, but I'm going to go right back to the over here. I like goals early and often. It did open at 6. Find your 5.5. If you like the under, well, then pick your 6. Definitely find your 6. Shop your number, but I'm seeing 5.5 all over the place. So I'm going to go right back to that over 5-1 in the last 6 meetings between these two in Vegas. And that one that went under, well, that was a 6.5 was the total set in that one. And that would have went right up and over. We got 6 goals in that one. So with it set at 5.5, I like the over. You look at the Panthers, they hit posts. And Aiden Hill made, I'm going to say what was the save of the year, stopping a goal. So Florida definitely had their chances to light the lamp. And I think both teams continue to light the lamp. Take the over.
Boy, Jesse Flores is like... It's like John Smith, certain countries. Super popular name. A lot of Jesse Flores out there. Anyways, I like the Panthers in this one. Every morning. These are my favorite ones. It's like, this guy sucks so bad. I watch him every day. He says that. That's like Thebo. That's like a Thebo. Could be Thebo, right? Because Thebo is like, every day he says this. It's like, why are you watching? It's like, there's a real simple solution here. The look on Chris's face tells me everything. I don't see any mustard on his face. There's 400 plus Jesse Flores profiles on LinkedIn. All right. Jeremy got screwed out of a Jimmy Butler ball. Jimmy Butler seems like the type of guy that if you found him, he would probably sign it for you anyway. If you had another one. Anyways, any parlays? I gotta go.
Yeah, go with what I gave out. I'm gonna go with the Marlins on the run line, and the Brewers on the money line.
And I'm going to go with the Detroit plus the 1.5, Oakland plus the 1.5, and Florida Panthers plus the 1.5.
Detroit money line for me, Astros money line for me, and the Rays Red Sox under $10 pays 134.20. Despite Jesse Flores trying to ruin my day and trying to make a judgment of what type of person I am, today is for me 19 years sober. It is the greatest accomplishment of my life, and anybody out there that's having any sort of problems, any questions about how drugs or alcohol is affecting their life negatively, always feel free to reach out to me, and I can tell you my story and how I turned it around. My life wasn't always this wonderful place that you guys get to see every day, where I get to, ruin Chris and Rod's life every morning, every single day. But there is hope out there. There is another life for you. There's a way to get there. There's a path. You're not alone. You're not the first person that's ever had these problems. I was out there. I felt really alone. You guys would not even, as miserable as you see me some days, as mad as you see me some days, as crap you see me, that's nothing compared to the piece of garbage that I was. And, I just am forever grateful for that. So anybody ever has any questions on any of that stuff, believe me, I'm unapologetic for who I am as a person these days. And, I'm never going to be sorry for calling out scumbags and liars or anything like that. And I'm never going to be sorry for trying to keep Chris and Rod on top of their game. And I don't think they ever hold it against me that I do. So, anyways, thank you guys for help keeping me sober, because by giving me this platform and letting me be who I am and get some of these things out of my system and air it out, I don't have to hold it inside and find other answers for it. So I'm grateful for it. Thank you guys. And, man, I can't believe it's 19 years, but it's crazy. Thank you guys. Make it a winning day. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. I'm going to really take Jesse's words to heart.